Hello. Welcome back to another Monday in the studio. First, apron update. I love wearing an apron. I'm an apron person now this season. I don't know what it is about having these like certain little rituals before entering the art studio and entering the creative zone. But for me, the act of like putting on the apron almost puts me into this mindset where I'm ready to create. Right now, I am in the process of kind of establishing a new creative routine for this season. And I find that with each new body of work, which basically happens almost every season, each one kind of wants a little bit of a different rhythm. So I'm trying to step in to the rhythm of now and the rhythm of these kind of like dark fall florals. This is the Dahlia piece in progress from Sunday. And probably next studio vlog, we will work on that. Do you see the emergence of this vase on the side? So I think it kind of wants to be a dramatic, subtle still life. Sunday night studio tour. We have 3 drinks going because obviously, do you remember when I mentioned that I had all of this gumfrina? So I picked it and I put together my first like very wild attempt at a flower arrangement. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot even handle how beautiful this light is. I mentioned in the previous vlog that I had all of this gumfrina and I wanted to do something with it. A plethora of gumfrina. I was thinking that we could start this vlog by just doing a little bit of a tidy up of the studio. I have 2 different paint organization systems, and I built this one on a YouTube video actually, and this was such a good project, you guys. I use this all the time and I love it, and I think it almost makes me paint more just because my paints are so accessible. The rest of my paints I put, are you ready for this? I'm so proud of this. Okay, that was the wrong drawer, but that drawer's not bad either. Look at that drawer. Ah, look how satisfying that is. I did this recently. And then this is where all of my extra bits, those are obviously all the Meeden, and I have the good fortune of receiving a lot of people's old art supplies that they don't want. So I just kind of have all of these different kinds of paints, and some of them are good quality and some of them are more beginner, and I'm always mindful of which I use. But they all have a place in my process. My new little planner, I actually planned what we could do today because I do find that to be helpful. And see, you're almost done with the tidying the studio bit. So we can just put that right there. And while we are in the home office, I think this room could use a little bit of a Gumfrina arrangement, don't you? And I'm thinking that that's the perfect vessel, but I can't reach it. Should I try the wobble board? Oh, this might go horribly wrong, but you know what? I'm committed. Got it. Thought I would just add like a couple. I actually thought that the Gumfrina was going to go in here, but then I ended up kind of liking the more sparse vibes. How does that look? I can't really see it. He always makes such a dramatic entrance. What is it? Really? This gorgeous little corner. Got our tidied books. Okay, finally, we are on to the painting part of the day. So this is the book of inspiration for this piece, just feeling wise. So I'm thinking actually I can replace this with the feeling of painting this piece was very quiet. Rachel Rouge used to do these forest floor paintings, and they were just ecological compositions that were really beautiful. And I think I'm being inspired by a combination of that idea and what is actually happening in the garden. this is our stopping point for the day. There's subtle, wild floral, we could call it. And we can use our new old brush cleaner, which is very exciting. And a nice, clean studio. Got so absorbed that I didn't even drink my tea that I had prepared. You know, one of the things about creating videos about the creative process is I always have a little bit of a feeling that I want to show the sort of beginning to end, because that is satisfying to see that kind of transformation. But what actually happens in the studio is a lot more subtle and a lot more nuanced, and certainly not linear. There are certain days where I actually move backwards, and that is also part of the process, albeit usually not as much of an enjoyable one. And I think that today, uniquely, I was just able to not push it because I could really easily do too much on that piece. So now I have left it in a place where I'm really excited to just visit it again. And I think that that piece in particular, I don't have a name for it. I'm curious, do you guys, can you think of any names for that piece? And also, can you think of anything that you might add to it? My aunt sent me a really beautiful picture of some fall asters, and so those might integrate their way in. But I think that piece now will move to a side piece. So it'll be one that I just work on now and then in between other things, because I think the best way to move forward is really in these very slow and quiet little increments, no sort of big pushes, because sometimes pieces emerge all in one go, like all in one fell swoop. That was kind of how the sunflowers were behind me. I think those came out in like 30 minutes, almost fully formed. But this one is a little bit more quiet and a little bit more subtle. And I really appreciate that, actually. So, as usual, I would love to know what you guys have going on this season. What is inspiring you? What's speaking to you? A lot of you have actually said that you're painting florals as well, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that we do sometimes create in waves. So I hope that you have enjoyed this studio session, and until we meet again.